Hello everyone. Today I will take part 6 of the chapter Polynomials of class 9th standard. Today's topic is factorization of polynomials. So there are two methods to factorize a polynomial. First one is by splitting the middle term and second one is by factor theorem. So today one by one we will discuss both the methods. So first let's take one example. Example is factorize 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Now, what we will do, first we are using the first method, that is by splitting the middle term. Now, please try to recall, in 8th standard, we have done the factorization of algebraic expressions by splitting the middle term. The same method we are going to use here. Now, if you will see the polynomial, here you can see that the coefficient of the first term is 6, coefficient of the middle term, that is second term, is 17, and the coefficient of last term is 5. So here we have written px is equals to 6x square plus 17x plus 5, and the coefficient of the middle term is 17. And the product, this is important, product of the coefficient of the first and the last term. First is here 6 and last is 5. So 6 into 5 is 30. Now what we have to do, we have to break the number 30 into two numbers such that their product should be equals to 30 and their sum should be equals to 17. Right? So to find out those two numbers, the best way is to find the factors of the given number, that is 30. So first we will find out the factors of 30. Now we have a number 30 and we know how to find out the factors. We will start with the least prime number. So 30, the least prime number which will divide the 30 is 2. So here it will be 2 into 15, that is equals to 30. Now for 15, the least prime number is 3. 3 into 5 will get 15. And then 5 ones are 5. So the factors of the number 30 are 2, 3 and 5. That means we have to arrange the factors 2, 3 and 5 in such a way that we will get only two numbers and whose product should be equals to 30 and the sum should be equals to 17. So let's take, I'm taking first number as 2, right? The first factor. And the second number, for second number I am doing the multiplication of these two. 5 3s are 15. So 15. Okay, I have arranged the two factors. I have arranged the three factors in such a way that one number is 2 and the second number is 15. Now if I will find the sum of these two, the 2 plus 15 is 17, that is correct. And if we will see the product, 2 into 15, that is equals to 30, that is also correct, right? So now we have the two numbers. Now we have to break the middle term. The middle term is 17 by using these two numbers. So 17x we can write as 15x plus 2x. Here you can see 15 plus 2 is 17. So in place of 17 we have written 15x plus 2x. Now we have here we have four terms. So we will take first two terms together and the last two terms together. Now we will observe the first two terms. Can we take something common? Yes, we can take 3x common. After taking 3x common, within bracket we have 2x plus 5, right? Now here plus. Now last two terms, if we will see, nothing is common here, right? So we can write 1. 1 is common. So within bracket we have 2x plus 5. So whenever we are using the method by splitting the middle term, here the two terms within the bracket should be same. So here one term is 2x plus 5, other is also 2x plus 5. That means till here our steps are correct. Now from both the terms 2x plus 5 we can take common. So after taking 2x plus 5, what is left? 3x plus 1. So these two are the factors of the polynomial px. Now we will solve the same question again by using the factor theorem. So px is given as 6x square plus 17x plus 5, right? So whenever we are using the factor theorem, the first term should be coefficient free. Now we can see here the coefficient of first term is 6. So make the first term coefficient free. We will take 6 common. So 6 common. So within bracket what is left? X square plus 17 by 6 x plus 5 upon 6. Now here if you will see this polynomial, the highest power of the variable is 2. That means the degree of px is 2. Now the degree of px is 2. That means the px will have only 2 factors. So we can write px is equals to 6 into x square plus 17 upon 6x plus 5 upon 6 is equals to, now this common factor 6 will remain as it is, and the given polynomial has 2 factors. So we can write the 2 factors as x plus a into x plus b. Right? Now if we will multiply these 2 factors, we are getting x square plus a plus b into x plus a into b. Now you compare the left hand side with the right hand side. So you will get value of AB as 5 upon 6. So AB is equals to 5 upon 6. Now to find the factors of the polynomial, first we have to find out the value of a and b. Okay, after getting the value of a and b, we can put the value of a and b in this factors and we will get the factors. So we will use this relation that AB is equals to 5 upon 6. That means we have to find the two numbers. One number is A and second number is B, such that their product is equals to 5 upon 6. So what are the possible values here? We can see we can take A as 1 upon 6 and B as 5. If we multiply these two, we will get 5 upon 6. And we can take vice versa also. We can take A as 5 and B as 1 upon 6. So both the cases are same only. So we are considering only 1. Okay, 1 by 6 and 5. Second possible value is A is equals to minus 1 upon 6 and B is equals to minus 5. If we will multiply, we will get 5 upon 6. Third case is minus 1 upon 2 and minus 5 upon 3. Next case is 1 upon 2 and 5 upon 3. Another possible value 1 upon 3 and 5 upon 2. And the another possible value minus 1 upon 3 and minus 5 upon 2. So therefore, possible values of A and B, if we will see here, 1 upon 2 is here plus 1 upon 2 and minus 1 upon 2. So we can write down plus minus 1 upon 2. Right? Now here plus 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3. So we have written plus minus 1 upon 3. Then plus 5 upon 2 minus 5 upon 2. So we have written plus minus 5 upon 2. Now here plus 5 upon 3 minus 5 upon 3. So plus minus 5 upon 3. Plus 1 upon 6 minus 1 upon 6. So plus minus 1 upon 6. And the last one plus 5 minus 5. So we have written plus minus 5. So these are the possible values of A and B. Now we have all the possible values of A and B. Now what we will do, one by one, we will take all the values of A. Suppose first we are taking A is equals to 1 upon 2. And we have considered our factors as x plus A and x plus B. That means x plus 1 upon 2 is a factor of Px. And we know how to check whether the given expression is a factor of the polynomial or not. Right? For that, what we will do? We will find out the 0. So in this case, x is equals to minus 1 upon 2 is the 0 of Px. Now, if x is equals to minus 1 upon 2 is the 0, that means P minus 1 upon 2 should be equals to 0. So what we will do? We will put the value of x as minus 1 upon 2 in Px. So P minus 1 upon 2 is equals to 6 into minus 1 upon 2 x square plus 17 into minus 1 upon 2 plus 5. And after solving, we are getting minus 2. And here we can see it is not equals to 0. That means P minus 1 upon 2 is not equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to minus 1 upon 2 is not the 0 of Px. And when it is not the 0, that means x plus 1 upon 2 is not a factor of px. Right? So by this method, we have find out that x plus 1 upon 2 is not a factor of px. And this we have done only for the value 1 upon 2. Right? Now this whole process we have to do for all the values one by one and find out the factors of px. Now we are taking a is equals to minus 1 upon 2. So we will put all the values of a in px and check whether pa is equals to 0 or not. If pa is equals to 0, that means the given value is a factor, otherwise not. Now let's take a is equals to 5 upon 2. When a is equals to 5 upon 2, it means x plus 5 upon 2 is a factor of px. And it implies p minus 5 upon 2 should be equals to 0. So what we will do, we will put the value of x as minus 5 upon 2 in the polynomial px. So we will get p minus 5 upon 2 is equals to 6 into minus 5 upon 2 whole square plus 17 into minus 5 upon 2 plus 5. And after solving, we are getting 0. So here p minus 5 upon 2 is equals to 0. That means x is equals to minus 5 upon 2 is a 0 of px, right? And it applies x plus 5 upon 2 is a factor of px. Now let's take another value. A is equals to 1 upon 3. When a is equals to 1 upon 3, that means x plus 1 upon 3 is a factor of px. And it shows p minus 1 upon 3 should be equals to 0. So we will put the value of x as minus 1 upon 3 in the polynomial px. So we will get p minus 1 upon 3 is equals to 6 into minus 1 upon 3 whole square plus 17 into minus 1 upon 3 plus 5. And after solving, we are getting 0. So here p minus 1 upon 3 is equals to 0. It shows x is equals to minus 1 upon 3 is a 0 of px. That means x plus 1 upon 3 is a factor of px. So here we have found two factors. X plus 5 upon 2 is a factor of px and x plus 1 upon 3 is a factor of px. So finally we got the two factors x plus 5 upon 2 and x plus 1 upon 3 as the factors of px. And we have written in the starting that the polynomial is equals to 6 into x plus a and x plus b. So we will put the value here, and when we will multiply, we are getting 2x plus 5 and 3x plus 1. If we will go back to the slide, the first case when we did by splitting the middle term, there also the factors were this only. That means the factors obtained by both the methods are same. So here we have done both the methods and the factors by using both the methods are same only. So here I have written for quadratic polynomial, generally we prefer the splitting the middle term method. And in case of linear or cubic polynomial, we prefer factor theorem.